Nigeria is beginning to look like a one big Ponzi scheme. And if you think I'm exaggerating, all right, drop say what in the comment section. Because at this rate, I am sure we have more to come. So let us crack on with this one real quick so we can catch up with the next train. I mean, who is on? Guys, I'm going to explain this one in very simple English. Because you know what? It is a truth at a time, no allegedly. Now, the ICPC has reportedly uncovered another fake government agency, and the name of this one is called the National Brands Development and Made in Nigeria Special Project Office. But you know what, guys? There's something about these fake agencies. Their names are always very long and very serious sounding. It seems like the longer the name, the more official it seems. Just remember the other one we were talking about a few months ago. Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, PFIPC. Very important sounding. Now, back to this latest one. The ICPC says this so-called National Brands Development and Made in Nigeria Special Project Office was operating without proper presidential authorization, and they had no clear legal basis to operate. Now, listen carefully to this conversation. This is not somebody operating from one bedroom somewhere. According to the ICPC reports, this fake agency was actually allocated physical office space inside the Secretary to the Government of the Federation's Office, SGF, that is the number 3 or number 4 man in Nigeria, right? Inside the government premises. And this is the part we struggle to understand every time. An agency the government is now saying was unauthorized somehow has an office inside the government premises. Now, on the other side, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Tinubu, has now ordered the immediate arrest of Prince George Buchi Nwebueze, who the ICPC identified as the alleged promoter of the office. Now, 3 permanent secretaries, MS Danjuma, Nadungu Gangere, and Richard P. Phil Langwa, have been suspended while the investigation continues. Now, who are permanent secretaries? The highest career administrative heads in the federal ministry. They're the next thing after sliced bread. They're the ones that the court tells you need a permanent secretary with a house in Osokoro to sign your bill. They're the last thing that you can ever have as a person in Nigeria to get out of the court. They're the angels in human making. They're the next thing after Wike's white courts. Those are permanent secretaries. And when you want a permanent secretary to have a house in Osokoro, how else can they have a house in Osokoro if they don't have ministries? And you know what, guys? This is where the story is becoming more interesting, because just a few months ago, where we were talking about another fake agency, which was the Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, sweet names. The presidency said that the agency did not exist. They alleged that the guy was running crazy. They accused him of forging appointment documents and presenting himself as a government official. And while we are trying to digest to understand, then this one happened. Comes another one, another banger, another alleged fake agency, another long government, good sounding name, another one. And somehow we are expected to still understand how this got inside the government premises. Because what I do not understand, or what I cannot understand, is how somebody can create a fake agency. I am not talking about fake accounts, Facebook accounts. How can somebody have an unauthorized agency get a physical office space inside federal government establishment? Like, in all my years of research, I cannot come in terms to understand how. Who gave this person this office? Because you cannot just pick your chairs and go in. They won't even let me into those offices. Put computers, nobody's asking questions. And somehow, this can only be in Nigeria. And that is why I said Nigeria is beginning to look like a Ponzi scheme. Because anytime you open one box, there is another box inside of it. And so, this is no longer about people allegedly creating fake agencies. It is about a system that allows them to go this far. And can somebody drop me Ponzi scheme in the comment section? Because at this rate, there are more coming. It is a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.
This is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria's president. The FBI is refusing to release a full document that ties him to a drug trafficking for future case. Hi, my name is Vivian and I'm a journalist. I'm going to explain to you how Nigeria's president is in the middle of this scandal. More than 30 years ago, his name appeared in a U.S. investigation connected to heroin trafficking network in Chicago, and eventually, $460,000 from an account in his name was forfeited to the U.S. government. Let's go back to the early 1990s. The U.S. authorities were investigating a heroin trafficking network in Chicago. They started looking at bank accounts connected to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is Kevin Moss. This is a fictional picture, but he's a real person. He's an IRS investigator in the US. Moss laid out what investigators said they believed to had uncovered in this case. The document here that you can see is where the U.S. government alleged in a court document that there were probable cause to believe that the money in accounts connected to Tinubu represented proceeds of drug trafficking or was involved in money laundering transactions. The government then went after the money through something called a civil forfeiture. Tinubu was not convicted of a drug trafficking case. I just need to say that so that I do not get sued. Now, meet Aaron Greenspan. He is an American public records activist. He filed a freedom of information request, which was asking U.S. agencies, including the FBI and the DEA, for records concerning Tinubu's FBI file and records of alleged FBI interviews from the early 1990s. The FBI initially refused to even confirm or deny whether some of these records existed, so Aaron sued. And in April 2025, a U.S. judge ruled that the agency could no longer take the previous position, and that meant that the agency needed to search for records, process whatever could be legally released. And that brings us to now. The FBI is still withholding some of that information. And so on August 20th, it asked the U.S. court for permission to privately explain to the judge why some of that information should remain a secret. The FBI says that it is withholding some of that information because releasing it could expose sensitive law enforcement techniques or could endanger someone's life or physical safety. And this is where we have to stop. Why? Because we do not know what is inside that document that the FBI is withholding. Well, in other news, Nigerians will go to the polls again in January to select a new president, and this is one of the candidates in the 2027 election.
Is it possible? Is it possible to have fake agencies under a government? Not only under a government, these agencies we are talking about, they have office inside the government house, inside the federal government inside the government house that's in Abuja. They have office. They have physical office. We are talking about physical office, so we are talking about fake agencies, not fake bank account. The one that you can go to the bank and open it and just go. We mean office, a whole building. Like it might be 1-story building, 2-story building, or maybe like 3 blocks of building. Will be allocated to this agency, to one agency, 2, 3, 4, or not to 4. Under one administration, we have 4 fake agencies, and these agencies have been operating under this Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. How is that possible? Sometimes I keep wondering whether all this kind of thing, you can only see this type of things in a movie. If you are watching a movie, this is where you can experience all these stuff. But right now, it is happening in our 2 eyes. Fake agencies, they are existing in a government, and that same person who is the president, where all these things are happening, I see coming out to say that let's support him, let us support him again for second tenure. And so many people are proudly coming out to say that they are supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your entire generation should be ashamed of you. Make it make sense to me that a fake agency is operating under a government. Not only that they are operating, they have a physical office where transaction and other activities are being carried out, and nobody find out that those agencies are fake. They have been operating since under this administration for some time now. No wahala, sha. Come out next year, let's vote these people out. Go and get your PVC. Let's vote these people. These people don't care about you. All these agencies now just a means of to loot money, to loot public funds. That's it. All these agencies now just a means of just to divert public funds to another area. Don't forget to share, like, drop your opinion in the comment section. Thank you.